Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about what you can expect or anticipate for the maintenance schedule, routine maintenance for the hybrid electrified only 2026 Toyota RAV4. That's right, since the official release of the 2026 Toyota RAV4, I have received, countless amounts of comments in my videos, messages, etc., saying that they can no longer get a combustion only powertrain system for the 2026 Toyota hybrid. But going with the way that the automotive world is going, there's no more, V8s, V6 is quite a thing of the past as well. Everything for the most part is four-cylinder or four-cylinder hybrid or plug-in hybrid or fully electric due to the aggressive constraints that these manufacturers are under to reduce emissions. And if you go back to some of my videos from weeks and months ago, I did kind of predict or estimate that the new Gen RAV, when it comes out, would be an electrified model only because we're seeing that a lot with models like the Crown Signia, the Toyota Land Cruiser, the 25 Toyota Camry, the Toyota Sienna, and now the RAV4. Now, gathering a lot of these messages and comments that I've been receiving on this topic, it seems like the question really lies and pertains to the overall scheduled maintenance and what you might need to do to maintain that electrified only 2026 Toyota RAV4, whether you're going for the LE model or the limited model or one of the sport grades. That's where it seems like the confusion is. Now, guys, I did do more than a few videos, I believe, on the expectations of what to expect when you need to go in and service or maintain your hybrid Toyota vehicle in general, based off of the scheduled routine maintenance recommendation from Toyota. If you don't already know, there is a link. I'll leave it in the description below. You guys can actually plug in what type of hybrid Toyota you have, and then it will spit out your recommended routine maintenance schedule as per the recommendations of the manufacturer. Now, let's break something down. When you're going for the 26 RAV4, it's a little bit different in the US versus in Canada. I also did a video on this as well. I'll leave a link in the description below. Why am I saying that? Well, because some models you can get in the hybrid HEV. Other models you can get in the PHEV, the plug-in hybrid variant. Now, the criteria for what powertrains come in what models is a bit different from US to Canada. For example, the Woodland Edition, you can't get it in a plug-in hybrid in Canada, but in the US, you can get it in the HEV, which is the regular hybrid, and the plug-in hybrid. So, where I'm going with this, if you're going after the hybrid powertrain system, not the plug-in, it's going to give you the current latest generation Toyota hybrid powertrain system called the THS5. It's currently in the Toyota Camry for 2025. It's also in the Corolla Cross hybrid, I believe, for 2025, and now it's in the Toyota RAV4. I've mentioned in other videos, again, I did do Camry review videos. I'll leave a link in the description below as well to that. You can check it out later on, but it is the state of the art when it comes to hybrid powertrain system. Why do I say that? Well, Toyota says that it's made with much more compact, lighter, smarter moving parts than the regular traditional Synergy drive, for example, which makes for a much more enjoyable acceleration, response on the throttle, and it also maintains amazing fuel economy. All these three facts are 100% bang on. If you haven't driven the Camry yet, you should drive it, especially if you're in the market for a hybrid sedan or a sedan in general, because it drives fantastic, very responsive. It gives a very good experience to the driver overall. Now, why am I talking about the Camry? Because the Camry maintenance recommendation schedule is out. I mean, it's a production model. We've had it for about a year or so. And most likely the RAV4 will have the same routine scheduled maintenance recommendations from something like the Toyota Camry because, well, it's the same powertrain. Some aspects of the vehicle are different, of course. It's not entirely the same, but the hybrid powertrain system is the same from the Toyota Camry. So let's take a look here. I plugged in some criteria on the hybrid scheduled maintenance for a 25 Camry. Again, same powertrain system, THS5. And you can see that the maintenance intervals are as expected every 8,000 kilometers or 6 months, whichever comes first. And I mean, in a nutshell, guys, it's pretty simple for Toyota. Don't be worried or scared that this is a hybrid only electrified model, because you're still going to have to do your service 1, service 2, and service 3. I'm going to put up here some, photo images of basically what is entailed in service number 1. As you can see here, it's very straightforward in terms of criteria for what Toyota actually does or what will happen in the service department. It's a bunch of inspections, removing and inspecting the cabin air filter, the engine filter. They will replace it if it needs to be replaced as well. Visual inspection on the hybrid battery cooling system, etc. When you move over to service number 2, it's quite similar. A lot of inspections, a lot of checks, health checks. They will do an engine oil filter replacement. They'll remove again and inspect all the filters in the system, inspect for any exhaust leaks, damage, or broken hangers. Visual inspection on the belts, inspect differential and transfer case vents for any obstruction, inspect for any leaks where applicable. So there's a couple of more invasive checks that they will do on service number 2. When you go over to service number 3, now you usually don't get to service number 3 until around 32,000 kilometers. This is where they will rotate the tires. This is where they will again do the inspections on all the criteria, the brake lines, remove the brake calipers if needed to check the drums. They will inspect the exhaust system. The engine oil cooler lines will get inspected, as well as the automatic transmission cooler lines. Check the steering gear. This is where you get into a little bit more age of the vehicle, and the inspections do get a little bit more invasive. They'll perform a 12-volt battery health check and so on. But if you take a look at the actual breakdown of the factory recommendations, you'll see here that it comprises of service number 1, service number 2, back to service number 1 at 24,000 kilometers, and then service number 3 at 32,000 kilometers. When you're going over to the 48,000 kilometer service, this is when you might have to do things like replace your brake fluid, but overall, unless there's significant wear and tear on other components, you really aren't doing much that's aggressive, invasive, and that would be unexpectedly costly, in terms of the expectations Toyota has that you might need to do to your vehicle with this THS5 hybrid powertrain system. Brake fluid replacement at 48,000 kilometers, and then brake fluid replacement again at 96,000 kilometers. That is, for the most part, the most invasive thing on here in terms of routine recommendations or expectations. Of course, there's wear and tear items that will come up or could come up during this lifespan or during this time with your Toyota Camry or Toyota RAV4. You might need to replace your brakes. You might need to replace your tires. These are, things you've got to expect when you're driving a new vehicle. It's not going to stay brand new forever. But to my point, you can see that having a hybrid-only powertrain system like what we're going to have on the 26 Toyota RAV4 doesn't necessarily mean that it's more complicated once you get into the shop or once you start to begin to need to service or maintain your vehicle. Now, I mentioned you get the fifth THS5 fifth generation hybrid powertrain system when you're going with the hybrid. When you're going with the plug-in hybrid, you get the 6th generation, which allows for DC fast charging, gives you a full battery driving range of, I believe it's 1,350 kilometers on a complete full charge, and it charges rather quickly. We don't really have recommended scheduled maintenance yet because this is something new. It will also be on the BZ Woodland Edition as well as the BZ regular non-Woodland Edition 2026 Toyota vehicle. So we don't really have necessarily the recommended scheduled maintenance on that. I would imagine it'd be quite similar, if not even less, than what you would have to do on something like the THS5 from the Camry or from the 2026 RAV4. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you feel about the hybrid electrified only models being available? Personally, I think it's a great, fantastic decision. I think it's the way of the future. One thing I'm surprised and shocked about is that there is no full EV model, which I'm quite surprised about that. I thought that for sure there would be an EV model, at least one of them. But at the same time, Toyota did come out with a full EV BZ4X, which is now the BZ, which now has the Woodland Edition, which is quite larger than the regular BZ. So maybe that's taken the spot and the place of what was to be the full EV RAV4. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you want to see a full EV RAV? Were you expecting to see a full EV RAV? And I hope this video kind of put your mind at ease in regards to, overall recommended expected routine maintenance on your 2026 Toyota RAV4. Again, nothing official yet for this. Something official in terms of recommended routine maintenance for the 2026 Toyota RAV4 would actually come out around lunchtime, probably, when they would actually start to hit the dealer lots and get ready for delivery. When that time comes, I will post another video on it just to see how accurate my expectations are with regards to what the intervals will be like, what they are, and what kind of checkups will be done at each visit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.